Hey YouTube, it's Miriam, and I'm here to talk to you about YouTube and how you don't have any friends on YouTube. The game is to be sold, not told. Yes, and I'm doing this because I'm kind of new to the game, and I have noticed some things that have been very interesting. To get to the point, you get on YouTube, you, me, the next person get on YouTube. We have our little YouTube channel. We're chatting to people, or maybe, we're putting information out there as a channel. Maybe we're just a person that visits other people's channels, and you meet people through that way, and you think some of these people you're vibing well, and that they're your friends. And I'm telling you, just like in real life, you got phonies. In YouTube, you have phonies. And one of the things that I have noticed, I started rather noticing this, was when I would watch some of my favorite channels that uploaded videos on the regular, especially ones that would go live. And one of my favorite channels is Zachary Michael. It's weird how I drew a blank there. Zachary Michael. I love his channel. He's very funny. He's a great host. He's informative, and he's very entertaining. And so I was watching lives and reading comments and stuff like that, and you start noticing, you see your YouTube buddies, your YouTube friends, and they're commenting and stuff, and it's great, and you're like, hey, so-and-so, hey, it's all good, peace, love, and grooviness, or whatever, right? And with some of the channels, they talk about different things, and they may discuss other YouTubers, their material, videos, what I mean, basically, and other things, right? So I'm watching, like I said, one of my favorite YouTubers, Zachary Michael. We're having a good time. We're loving it. And another YouTuber's name came up, and people were responding. They were typing in stuff, different response. And I remember one person had, like, in all caps, drag her, drag her. And I'm thinking, because I'm a newbie, and I'm thinking, what does that mean, drag her? Of course, I caught on very quickly what that meant. And obviously, it was hostility being expressed towards the other YouTuber. And this person was saying to our gracious host to drag the person, which he did not do. To his credit, he does not encourage that type of thing. And like when people get angry with another YouTuber that maybe has a disagreement with Zachary, he will tell people, don't go to their pages and harass them, don't do this, stay within what's ethical, and I respect him for that. Anyway, so I'm noticing it, and there's that goes by, it's off the screen, and other people talking back and forth, and it's funny stuff being said, and it's a gas, right? But I was thinking, wow, makes me think of ancient Rome with this type of thing, right? But Zachary was very responsible, very cool. That's why he's where he is. Okay, so, I'm doing my thing, different days, looking at stuff, different hours of the day, whatever. And I see a person with the same picture and name as the person that was demanding that somebody be dragged on somebody else's channel. And they actually said that Zachary was mean, to the effect that he was mean, that he was unkind. And I was, like he treats other people that he talks about overboard, that he's unkind. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you were shouting for Zachary to drag this person, and you're acting like you're his friend and all this type of stuff, and you're on another person's channel dogging Zach? Really? Wow. Wow. Okay? Can't remember the person's name. Doesn't matter. Is that type of thing goes on. And I think that's one of the things that shows you that Zachary's smart, because he doesn't let people lead him down the road like that. But it's a trap. And I started noticing things like that. It wasn't just in that case. People have talked about Michael B. Petty. Oh, we love you. Oh, Michael, daddy, and all this type of stuff. Then there'll be the same person praising Michael B. Petty, who says, I don't just get petty, I stay petty, or something like that. So he tells you about his personality, right? Um, this person, well, this was a different person, praising him. People on his page thank him for his information. Oh, you made my day. Thank you so much. You cracked me up. One person I recall very distinctly was doing that, saying positive things, giving praises to him, act like he was his friend, his supporter. See the same profile picture of the person that was praising Michael B. Petty, saying positive things to Michael B. Petty, same picture and profile name of that person that was act like he was Michael B. Petty's friend, so to speak. Again, on somebody else's channel, talking about he was mean, he's unkind, he goes too far. I'm paraphrasing, basically the gist of it. And I'm like, what? Why? Why be phony? Why be two-faced? Because YouTube, like in real life, has people like that. You know how people pretend to be your friend and you hear them talking about you in the bathroom or by the water cooler, or perhaps you're in the parking lot or on the bus or whatever. They don't know you're there and you hear them. YouTube is just like that, but worse, because you can't really see the people. People don't even use necessarily their own photo as their profile picture. Okay? So it's easier to be phony on YouTube than it is in real life. Now, where is this leading? Not too long ago, I was catching up with one of my favorite YouTubers, Pam Talks. I like Pam Talks. And I don't always catch her when she goes live because she lives in a different time zone than I do. But, I like to be able to watch and talk, and it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. So I'm on the live, and they're talking about different stuff, things are going on. She's talking about different things, And then somebody mentions that there's a phony in the room. And I'm like, what? And I had already observed, but I did not know how to contact Pam. And it wasn't even this person per se, that there have been phony people. And so we're like, who is it? I don't think I might have asked who is it. Oh, I know what I did. I took the hot coffee cup, which for me represents hot tea because I can't do coffee. The hot coffee cup and the emoji one. Because I'm like, tea, the tea. And they're like, yeah, it's this person, da da da. And they call out who the person is. And it's one of the moderators. And I was so shocked because I thought that this was really Pam's friend. And it's like, when you observe one of your favorite YouTubers, like, again, Pam Talks, Zachary Michael, Bree from Kidney Jerk, different people you like, and then you'll notice they'll have a rapport with somebody, and they seem like they're really chummy, and you're like, I wish I was chummy like that, I wish we were. I thought that they had this long history. The back and forth was really nice. He was always supportive. I'm not going to tell you the guy's name. He was always supportive, and he was a moderator. And, you figure the mods are really cool. It's an honor. It is an honor when somebody gives you that. Because that says, I trust you. Okay? Anyway, she comes and she confronts him, and this other guy, I think the one man had mentioned it first. You've been talking about Pam behind her back on either other channels, plural, or another channel. And people are like, who is it? And they name the person, and they're like, take away his wrench. And it's like you're in a room, but it's like you're not in a room, because when you're in a room, you see people, right? Like in 12 Angry Men, the movie and the play, but you're electronically in the room. So you just see what you read, and these people's personalities come forward. You got people like, who's a so-and-so? Get him! I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad I showed up for that live. Anyway, he's playing, initially he's like, oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm paraphrasing. He acts innocent. He feigns innocence, right? And like, no, you were talking about her, or you were talking about me, and da-da-da-da. And he goes, no. And then he goes like, he starts going in on her disability. She has bipolar. I have bipolar. So I don't like it when people go there. And he's like, oh, you're being manic. And then he brings up the medications. And we're like, no, man, don't go there. Don't go there. And I'm like, no, I'm bipolar. Don't do that. don't do that. You know what I mean? And then brings up the meds, or something about to the effect that she must need her medication. When a person who is bipolar or who has any other type of psych situation, AMBO, gets intense or calls a person out, that is not the time to mention our meds, okay? Because most of us can be relied upon to take our medications, okay? So that's our responsibility, not yours. And we pretty much, most of us know what we're talking about. We know how we feel. So don't talk down to us, okay? So he tries the, I'm innocent, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, your meds, you're manic, you're this. And she was saying, why couldn't you have just talked to me? You could have talked to me, which is, what does that have to do with bipolar? Anybody would say that, right? Anybody would say, hey, if you have an issue, or if you don't like me, or if you think I should do things differently, why not talk to me, right? Okay. And so he was, then it started getting kind of, the true colors started coming out. And I remember he said, wait, you're not the queen, or you're not queen. Oh, so she just wants basic respect, that if you have a change of heart, or you don't approve of something, or where she's coming from, that instead of razzing about her, you know, slagging her off on other people that don't like her, but faking like your friend when you're around her, just come directly to her, even privately, come directly to her. Hey, you know, this is how I feel. I feel like you really shouldn't. Well, maybe how about doing things this way? You know, that's reasonable. That has nothing to do with mental health, like mental illness, medications, or bipolar, okay? And our people were like, take his wrench away. I was like, anyway, they took his wrench away. She took his wrench away. And she says, hasta la vista. Hits that button, homeboy is gone. I was like, and then people were commenting and stuff, you know, and we were saying nice things to Pam, and I was like, oh, and then I got a wrench. I became a moderator, and it's like when I would come to her room, you know how when you come on, if you're a moderator, it'll say all moderators, da 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 da. It'll give you a little statement about, you know, being careful and this, that, and other thing. And so, and then I would come on, but there would be no wrench by my name. So I said, okay. But at that, after he got knocked out the box, I got a wrench, so I'm a mod, right? And so to try to lighten things up, I said, oh my goodness, I got a wrench. I feel so pretty. But, which was, because it was cool. I really liked it. But I wanted to add levity, because it was upsetting to her that this person had done that. And then, then wouldn't even, because she was saying like what you did was a move, and I'll just substitute the word she used with say punk. That was a punk move. Now she used another term, but she went to the streets. She didn't even go to the streets. She went to the streets and said, that was a punk move. I'm paraphrasing. She used a stronger word. That was a punk move. And I was thinking, yeah, it really was a punk move. It really was. It is. It is, you know. And so anyway, so we were talking and stuff amongst ourselves and everything. And it's, like I said, that was a combination of, because I've been noticing things like that. And what I'm trying to say to you folks is, be careful. Because your friends ain't really your friends. You know what I mean? Sometimes from the beginning, they're not your friends. They were phony from the beginning. Other times, they kind of switch up. You know, it happens. And they're not going to do the upright thing and say, hey, you know, I don't think we can hang around anymore. They're going to pretend to be your friend and talk about you to your enemies. And Pam and I are about the same age. We were born in the same year. And there was a tune that was out, a big hit by a group called the OJs, a soul group. They were really good. Their music still withstands the test of time. And they had a song, a hit called The Backstabbers. They're smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The Backstabbers. People, Google it. It is a good song, and it is the truth. And just keep it in the background of your life, because it's always going to be true. And it can include relatives. It can be the person you're married to. Thank God that's not the case with me. But, you know, It's like that. They're smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place, the backstabbers. And so, especially to younger people, and like I said, me and Pam, we're not babies. But to you young ones, you teens, you kids, you 20-somethings, I'm telling you, there's a lot of fakeness out there. A lot of people pretend to be what they're not. So be careful and be self-protective. Always have a certain amount of protection for yourself and your mind, because people will fake like they're your friend. And they'll use, and they brought that up too, they will use things that are going on in your life against you. In her case, he tried to use her bipolar against her. And that is not right. It's not right. And when you're with friends or people that you feel like your friends, you say, yeah, I've got this psych condition, or I have this in my history, or I used to live this way, or whatever. And then they store it, and they use it against you. They weaponize it against you. Just like in real life, people do that. They do it on YouTube. And sometimes different people, be several of them, they'll be buddies. Oh, uh-huh. And how are you doing? And what's going on in your life now? And this time, and did you ever? You understand what I'm saying? Be careful, because it's like that. And so we're talking and everything, and it's cool. And what I want to say is, I want to put the question out there: is it possible that there were other phonies in the room? Was there another, as they were calling it, a mole? Because I've noticed there's a lot of mole activity back and forth with the different groups. There's mole activity going on. Was there another mole in the room even that night? Was there? It's a good question. The game is to be sold, not told. The game is to be sold, not told. So be aware. And it's for Pam. I love you, honey. Hold your head up. You're just getting stronger with every day. And I like the way you stood up for yourself. I love the way you stood up for yourself. I do. And so, with that, I want to say thank you guys for showing up. Give this a thumbs up if you agree with what I have said, if you feel the same way. Give it a thumbs down if you don't like it. It's cool, And tell me what you think. I want to hear your opinion about YouTube friends and moles and phonies. What's your experience been? How do you feel about it? And for more exciting and scintillating conversations and the occasional ASMR, subscribe. Till later.